This one that we're going to set up has 4 gates as well. They're parallel with each other. We're going to have 2 barrels right here in the center with a balloon on top of them. And what's going to happen is the 2 dark color gates are on this side, 2 light color gates are on that side, but you have a light balloon on this side and a dark color balloon on this side. This brings up a really array, when you get around shooters, it brings up a big array of how do you shoot it, how should you shoot it. That one goes there. That one goes there. Yes, ma'am. There's always a gun change. You're always shooting 10 targets. In the clinics and stuff, if you take a clinic, you won't be changing guns. You probably just be getting your first gun breaking and things like that. And when you're really starting out, we would want you to do more of a local shoot pattern about shooting. But yeah, if you compete in sports, there's always 2 guns, 5 light, 5 dark targets.
How does it work when you go to a competition? You run 4 times and then
Yeah, it's not like a rodeo where you go and you got 1 shot at it. It's a game of averages. So if you go to an average shoot, you're going to have 4 stages. If you have 35 people in that shoot that are entered that shoot from men's 1s through 6s, things like that, you're going to have say 4 level 1s, 4, 5, or 6 level 2s, and then we lay them out that we do ladies first, then seniors, or senior ladies, then ladies, senior men's, then men's. And that's how they'll shoot. All 35 shooters will go through that 1 stage, and then after they're done with that stage, there's a little break. We set up a new stage, and everybody goes back through the next stage. So if there's 4 ladies 1s shooting against each other, those ladies have about a 40-minute break in between each run. So this is kind of a little tough doing it this way, because our horses are used to going just all out for 1 stage and then turn around and wait for a little bit, recoup their breath, get everything settled down, and then shoot another stage. And it does. It keeps them calmer. Right now, they're going to be a little worried because they haven't had a chance.
We're gonna answer questions for a few more minutes. We can give these horses a break here for a minute and let them cool off. So 4 stages is what you're running today. And you usually got that's usually the most you'll run today. Sometimes 5. You might have an extra side match, a shotgun, or a rifle. But you've got usually an hour or more between stages, so it's a more relaxed atmosphere. Coming in here, demonstrating this, we're running them pretty quick, right on top of each other, and it's hard mentally and physically. So we need to give a break for a few minutes. Cool off. Laura's walking, of course, over there where we set this up. We'd like some more questions though. Anybody have any questions about it? Yes, sir. Penalties?
5 seconds.
If you drop your gun, yes, 5 seconds. He brings up a good question. He's asking what happens if you drop our gun. They do come out of these holsters at the time. That's why there are custom makers all over the country that make specific mounted shooting holsters.
Anybody have any questions back here? No?
Yes.
It's a very addictive sport. If you like guns and horses, and you like a little bit of speed, it is very addictive.
So, yeah, but I would like to point out too that everybody's competing in this sport and they have different goals. The goal I got into it for was I just wanted to become a better horseman. That was my only goal. And after a while, you hit a brick wall with certain aspects of your competitions, and you start having to learn. And it was challenging me to learn more about becoming a horseman. And it taught me things that I didn't know. So it's been a fun journey, and I'm still on it, and I'm still learning things every day about this.
He's actually become a better horseman. He just hasn't got the shooting part with the speed.
That's right.
I usually say that, and I'm usually clean, so it's kind of making me look bad now.
It's a little more credible at times.
We're best friends. We're on each other pretty hard. But at every shoot that we compete, it's usually him that I'm trying to beat. And even if there's a men's 6 there or somebody above, I gotta finish above him or I catch a lot of slack. He's gotta finish above me or he catches a lot of slack. So, and we're usually within a tenth or 2/10 of a second or something close, except for when he makes his big mistakes. This pattern here,
Do we have any more questions? Any more questions?
this pattern here, like I said, you shoot the light targets first. So the way, when this pattern came out, this was a new one for this year. Shooters will come in at this gate here, shoot this white gate, they'll come up here around that barrel and go straight to that gate, shooting the one on the barrel and shooting that one. Then they'll make their circle around the arena, come through that one, shoot this one, and then come back here. There's a lot more, there's a couple more trips across the arena than you really need to take. So we've run this a couple of ways. There's,
Oh, I do want to point out the rules.
you always question
The rules, well, let me explain this part. The rules are, you shoot 5 of one color, then you shoot 5 of the other. So look at this and analyze it. You're going, well, how am I going to shoot 5 of one color and 5 of the other? Then you have to go around those barrels. That's all the rules say.
So what some of them will do, you'll have some people that'll actually run through this gate here, come straight up and kind of swing through that blue, and then they'll come right back to this blue one here, shooting it, come right over to this one, shoot this one first, go to that gate, and then come back down and kind of squeeze through that gate. That's one way. The reason I do it my way is because it seems to flow a little easier and it's not such hard turns around these barrels. I actually come up the arena, shoot the first one on the barrel, swinging out, make an arch, come back down here, swing through this one, come straight across to this one, and hopefully I'll make my gun change. Hit this gate, go right back up to that gate, and then I come back around the backside of that barrel and shoot that one. And we've actually run this one under times and stuff, and that seems to be the quicker way if you're clean. And, but there's multiple ways you can run this, and that's the way it gets when you get up into a top level or something. Usually once it's found out that that's the fast way, that's usually the way it will end up being run all the time.
All right, we'll try to run this here.
No. You're no. You're still doing it, right? Can't pause, right?
You'll make a correction right there. That was a good demonstration there. He had to make a correction in the middle of that course. There's no time or penalty added for that. He just didn't make that gun change, so he'd had a couple more seconds.
You have to go through the gate, and what it amounts to is, remember I told you I'm not making good gun changes? You take your eyes off your horse and the way you're running, and that's what'll happen. If I just watch that pattern and I'm not shooting, and I come around that side, we'll go through that gate really nice and smooth. So I should be able to get that in and get this out without taking my eyes off the course. That's what happened. Which, I had one that didn't go off either.
All right, I'll attempt to run this course. I swear, I look at this one, I get confused every time. I can't remember which way I was going. It's like a maze out here. But anyway, I just wanted to point out, it's not all here in the hands. That's not what we're using to guide the horse. You'll see us getting on there and really pulling. But that's because we're trying to get our arcs right. A lot of it's in the leg and the seat. There's a certain amount of lean, and that leg comes over like this, and that horse responds. So that's the first part of the barrel. There's two more. There's the second bolt right here. Move the whole horse over.
Can I get those?
and then we can move the hindquarters over. Those are the 3 buttons on each side, and we use those to get our horse set up just where we need him. It's happening pretty quick, so it's kind of hard to see.